It's Morvabelly, and I'm rocking with the Gold Coast label with their creative content studio. I got a new EP on the way. You gotta lock in with me and the Gold Coast label to know more about it. 34 Wild Rage, 100. It's dope. Hip hop is dope. Hip hop. For a young dude like me, hip hop raised me in many ways. You know what I'm saying? And I just love music, you know. And hip hop is something that's global. It's something that's big right now. And I feel like, you know, I love to see all the other genres such as dancehall, Afro, you know, Afro beats, the whole grind, the drill. I love all that. But hip hop is just like we are the culture. For real.
All right, today we got a very special guest, Morvabelly. You know, someone who's very intelligent, very motivated, inspirational. You know what I'm saying, and really happy to have him here today. Morva, please introduce yourself.
My name is Morvabelly. I'm a Massachusetts artist, specifically coming out of Lynn, representing 34 Wild Rage.
Word. Okay. First and foremost, Morva. Can I call you Morva or Morvabelly?
I mean, you can call me Morvy.
All right, Morvy?
Yeah.
I bet. What is 34 Wild Rage?
Yeah, 34 Wild Rage it stands for 34 is young, ready, and humble. 34 is a neighborhood out of my city, Lynn, Mass. And the Wild Rage is what we was as youngsters and still to this day.
Yeah, so tell us, your musical journey. Like, how did you get to this point? Like, tell us, like, what made you want to get into music?
I mean, I think what made me want to get into music, I mean, it was a natural progression. I never thought too deep on it. I always had a talent for music and writing music. I think once I got into a couple issues as a youngster and I wasn't able to pursue a ball career, it was either that or, the route that most folks go. I chose to go this route. Led me to, where I'm at right now.
Right, okay, so like, what is it like, coming from Lynn, like obviously, I've heard a lot of different things about Lynn, Mass. Like what was it like, being raised in Lynn?
Well, me as a kid, I moved around a lot. So Lynn is one of the only places that I ever stayed for an extended period of time. And growing up in Lynn, I grew up in a certain community, you know what I'm saying? And a real small community, but it was real. Like a lot of real experiences and shit like that. Just regular, the same thing anybody would face growing up in an impoverished community, where a lot of minorities live, foreigners. It was just different, but it was great.
Okay, so tell us, about your background. Are you like from this country, or are you from?
Yeah, I'm an African Zoe. I'm an African from Haiti who grew up in America.
Okay. I just wanted to, ask you that because I seen on your, your Instagram that you talk a lot about, Haitis and, Haitians and whatnot. Yeah. And so I didn't know if you were Haitian. So you're an African from?
I'm an African from Haiti who grew up in America, and I say that just for the understanding and knowing where we come from as being African people, respecting the diaspora and respecting our history. So, you know what I mean? I'm an African Zoe.
So, when you're making your music, when you first started making your music, who was your inspiration?
And when I first started making music, my inspirations was the ones that I listened to on the radio, the ones that I saw on the TV, and just all the greats, the legends. I was like a music, like just a student. And I still am to this day. But when I first started, it was just all the greats from any type of music, any genre, it didn't matter. Anyone who left a mark, I wanted to know about them and study them.
Okay. So give me your top 3 of all time then.
I can't do that.
Come on,
I can't
top 3, bro.
Because it's gonna change every day.
I need the top 3 that you got right now.
Top 3 that I got right now, depending on my vibe right now, I've been listening to a lot of R&B. So if I start talking, I might sound like, damn, this boy on some other shit. You know what I mean? And that's not. I can't.
So who are you listening to currently?
Yeah, like I said, I've been listening to a lot of R&B, drinking a lot of wine.
Give me an artist.
Yeah, man. I've been listening to St. John, Drake, that dude Masego, Party Next Door, Snow Allegra, Victoria Monet. Did I say Drake?
Yeah. Drake, that nigga, yeah. Word. Okay. So, who do you think your music most resembles?
Myself,
Myself.
to be honest with you, I can't. I'm inspired by all, but I'm grounded in myself. Definitely inspired by all though.
Okay. So, what's the music scene in Lynn?
And Lynn is diverse. It's real diverse, actually. I had an opportunity to go back to the city because I'm only in and out, whenever I got to handle something or go to my neighborhood, I'm in and out. But my city is real diverse when it comes to music. It has like this punk rock, hip hop type of vibe, and then it has like obviously the street trap shit going on. So it's real cool to see the diversity in it. Real diverse.
Word. So obviously you're from Lynn, but Gold Coast is based in Southern Maine. How did y'all link up? Like, what was that process like?
Well, shout out to Gold Coast first of all. Them boys rock with me hard, and I respect Maine hard body. I love the scene out here. I feel like it's home, to be honest with you. But as far as Gold Coast, we linked up when I performed at the Southern University of Maine, or
USM.
USM. You know what I mean? So I think I said that backwards, but yeah, I performed at the USM, and that's how I linked up with them. I started working with Mugen. We built a relationship from there, and y'all just been showing me love ever since.
Facts. And so obviously you got to do something really incredible, which was actually open up for Young Ma. You know what I'm saying? At USM. Like, take us through like what you were feeling. Like, were you excited, even though you didn't maybe have that much interaction with her? Like, how did you feel knowing that you were sharing that same stage with her?
I mean, it wasn't my first time I opened up for an artist who, was popular at the time, but it was my first time performing at a college of that magnitude, you know what I'm saying? And it was a dope experience, just to be able to hit the stage and show people what I got. I felt like, I came out with my team. It was just a dope experience, and it really set a standard for me and really, pushed me to go harder into releasing that last project that I did.
Dope. So one thing I noticed about you too when we first met, man, you were like really committed. You're someone who's really, motivated. You got great energy, and you had a whole like entourage with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was that looking? Like, what's your crew? What's your team looking like? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, well, I keep a bad one with me for sure. And then, as far as the team consists of hustlers. It consists of dudes who got positive energy, who are self-reflective. So, it's never no ego, battle of the egos. It's just understanding, respect, and execution. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I wouldn't say I really have an entourage though. We move light, but we heavy.
Okay, all right. So obviously, you being from Mass, you really, you know the scene as far as music in New England. Why do you think artists in New England haven't popped as much?
Maybe there hasn't been a connection with what's going on at ground level and on a nationwide thing. I think we're in a dope time right now. I feel like there's a lot of things boiling in the region, and I feel like we're about to see some big changes in the near future.
All right, give me your top 3 artists from Mass.
Yeah, man. Top 3 artists from Mass. That boy Millies is going hard, so you gotta respect Millies and what he's been doing. One of the top artists I think who could apply a lot of pressure once they figure out what they got to figure out within themselves is my homie Jigs TB. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my G. And I gotta also put myself. I'm an underdog, but I feel like everything's gonna fall into place when it's time.
What about Cousin Stids? I know he kind of popped a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And when people thought about a Massachusetts artist, or what I did anyways, it was Cousin Stids at the time.
Right. I mean, you got a lot of artists, especially out of the city. You got Vintage Lee, you got Stiz, you got Prince Move. Even in my city, you got C. Wells. The list goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? If we wanted to just keep going, we could keep going. And we could go from trap and like the street music, and then we could go from the music that's just alternative and it's different. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody who's grinding in a real way. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you the top three because I feel like I'm gonna leave somebody out. Because the moment I hop in my whip, the moment I start playing music, I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So obviously, 2020 has been a crazy year for everybody, but especially for like artists in the entertainment industry. How do you think COVID has impacted artists?
I mean, COVID, it's all the filtering system. It's gonna show you who the real hustlers, who could really utilize their mind to the fullest and create something. You know what I mean? And I think it's just there are no coincidences, right? It's just coincidence or chance is just, we call that law that hasn't been recognized. I feel like there's a cause and effect to everything, and it's just so funny that at the turn of the decade, a pandemic hits, and the whole climate, the global climate shifts, and you're seeing so many things from a macro and a micro level, the shifts. So I feel like, this pandemic is just gonna it's gonna fertilize the ground for what's new to come.
Okay. I like that. So what do you think is new to come for you? What are your goals and aspirations as an artist?
I mean, my aspirations as an artist are gonna stem from my aspirations as a man. And my aspirations as a man is to be a man of virtue, to continue to elevate myself mentally, spiritually, physically, and I feel like the music is a reflection of where I'm at in that moment. It's Morvabelly and I'm rocking with the Ghost Coalition.
Never had a Christmas wish, just surviving these trenches. Many men wish that upon me for no reason. My eyes